And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, one of my favorite games is the Voyages of Marco Polo. I really like this worker placement, dice placement style game, and there's just a lot, but what I really like about the game is it comes with extra powers, these special powers that players have that are just like game breaking. So I'm always interested in expansions. I have some mini expansions which added more characters, really like that. This one though adds more. It's Marco Polo, the Agents of Venice. Sounds like a James Bond movie, but anyhow, this adds a few modules that you can use with the game and a fifth player. Let's take a look. Okay, so the first thing that this expansion adds is another player color. This is purple. Now, technically it adds a fifth player, but no. I don't think Marco Polo should ever be played with 5 players. It's already fairly long with 4. A fifth player would just be tough to do. If you play with a fifth player, you need to play with this module here. This module is the City of Venice. You can play with this no matter what. This board here goes next to the main board. And at the beginning of the game, you're going to be putting cards in these locations, just like you do on some of the cities, and you'll be putting bonus tiles out on these spots here. Now, the first thing that is important to notice about this is you get 4 more trading posts. After you place all the trading posts here, you'll put 4 more above the board. So you have 4 more to get rid of. But an easy way to get rid of them is on the Venice board. So when it's your turn, you can place a die here on this action space, and it has to be higher than the last die. And when that happens, it lets you put out a trading post. You start down here, and then you're going to follow the dotted line. Sometimes following the dotted line will cost you money to build on them, or resources, depending on which way you go. When you go here, you get the benefits, like this gives you a camel and some cloth. When you go up here, you can use the action spaces. Also, these have victory points on them, 2 victory points. These are 2 and these are 3, and these give you action spaces. This one is a great action space up here. For 4 money, you can move your trader on the board 1 space, and you can get 3 victory points for 5 money. So if you have a lot of money, this is a great board. But as you can see, you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of your places out here on the board. So even though you get 4 extra, technically you can get rid of 2 more. So this is just a very simple extra addition to the board. Putting a die down here, an extra action, and then putting out a trading house. And that's, just another addition to the game. This is another optional module you can add to the game, and that's the companions. Each round you have 6 companions. You actually shuffle them like this and put them here. And a player is allowed to basically put a die here, and they get a resource, and they get to take a companion. Now, why do you want companions? Because companions will stay with you for 1 round, and they basically give you some sort of bonus. Like this one guy here lets you travel for 5 less money or 2 less camels. This guy here lets you add or subtract 2 from a die. This guy here lets you trade as many camels for money as you want to. This gives you an action space to put another guy out in Venice. So you have to be playing with the other module for this one to work. Here you pay 1 less die when you go to the bazaar every turn. Here, to finish a mission, you need 1 less resource, and you get 3 extra victory points. Here, you can use a city card action where you don't have a trading post. Here, you can, an action space you can use multiple times, and you just get 8 coins. Or you can sell a good for 5 coins. So you need money. This is a great one. So this is an extra thing. I like the companions, okay. I feel like they're fiddly and offer more options. The board already has a ton of things. Now you're looking at 6 companions and deciding which one you might want to add. But anyhow, that's a new module. There's 5 new characters for the game. This guy lets you start on an oasis, and also lets you pull a die off and put one of your dice on once per turn. This lady here comes with these tokens, which are basically dice, and you get 1 per turn, so it's an extra die each turn of a specific type, and you get a camel every turn. This guy here, Pope Gregory, gives you need to be using the companion module, and he lets you take one every turn for free at the beginning. This gentleman here comes with his own deck of cards. You're going to be shuffling these and drawing 6. And then over the course of the game, you can use these. Take a free companion. Take a black die. For every 2 trading posts you have, take a point. And so you have to decide the best time over the course of the game when to use these. And of course, it's going to be different each game because you don't know which 6 you're going to have. And then these, which is probably the most confusing of all special abilities, they basically are 5 other characters that no one has taken, and you get 1 each round. You're going to choose which one, although some of the characters will change because some of the characters give you a bonus the whole game. And so there's actually in the rules a whole section on them and how to use all the different characters. So they're an interesting and fun character to use because you get to use all different characters, but it is a little confusing and you need to make sure, okay, is this something I'm, they nerfed some of the characters when you use them with them because they would be too powerful even if you just only had them for 1 round, but you got like your permanent thing for the whole game. Other than that, there is just some more stuff, some more contracts, and you can see they have stuff where you need a lot of resources for them. 666. Here you need a ton of resources, and you get camels and points. So interesting, more contracts, and that's pretty much what's in this expansion. So the game comes with the purple stuff, like I said, and 4 more of each color. It's the exact same quality as the base game. It's not that hard. I will say that I like these here fit on your board like that. Your companion fits down there. So that's kind of cool. But other than that, and this board is good, but it is going to take up more of the table. And if you notice, it's a puzzle piece type board. But yeah, components are pretty much the same as the first game. Okay, so what does this add here? The 5th player, like I said, I'm glad there's purple. That's always cool. But I'm not sure that I would, like I said, that I would ever play with 5. So that's kind of for me. And I like I said, I think 4 is a very hefty game as it is. The 5th player, The Venice board I like. I don't know that I would always play with the Venice board, but I do like it. It gives you an easy place to play. It's not hard. I actually taught the Venice board to someone who had never played Marco Polo before. So we played Marco Polo plus the Venice board, and it was not that complicated for them. So I like that, and it's easy, and it gives you more options and special abilities. So there's always that, you need money and things. The Venice board is a good way to maybe start doing that stuff right away. The companions, meh. Now I'll tell you this though, the guy who has the special ability to take a free companion every turn, that's awesome, and I like him a lot. So if he's in the game, I would bring the companions in. That means anybody else can get a companion. But my biggest problem with the companions is they just add like 6 more choices. And so for people who are already like, ooh, what are all these things I can do? See, the Venice board adds 1 choice. Yeah, I mean, a choice where to build, but it's 1 choice, and it's pretty straightforward. These give you 6 special abilities, and you sit there, and that's going to add to the overall length. And I don't think that they're that amazing. Now, for the guy who has companions, they are. And also, some of these, I like having new characters, right? The one guy with the 6 cards, that's okay. He's interesting. He's going to sit there and look at his cards the whole time. The lady with the white dice tokens, she's definitely cool. I enjoy her. Like I said, the 5 power one, though, that's a fairly complex one, and I would only play that with experienced players. But still, 5 new characters is pretty neat and adds to the vast array of characters that the game will now have if you have this, the mini expansion, and the base game. So I like this game. It's definitely approved. It's one that I'm going to add to my stuff. I'm just not going to use it all the time. This is not like what I would call an essential expansion. If you like Marco Polo and you think Marco Polo is good as it is, then there's no reason to get this. But if you want the 5th player, you got to get it. If you want a little bit more, this has it. You want some more characters, it has those too. So I did enjoy it. That's the Voyages of Marco Polo, Agents of Venice. Why can't I say that? Dice Tower Judgment, approved!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.